Hey folks, I am working on another test for a larger cloud pour, so I wanted to do the small piece before I moved on to the big piece. I am going to take a little bit of time to explain my thought process and talk a little bit about the color black. If you'd like to skip ahead, I don't blame you. So let's get started. My idea was that basically I want to do a really simple, minimalistic kind of piece. And I tend to boomerang back and forth. Like sometimes I want all of the colors. And if you've seen some of my like rainbow colored paintings, sometimes I use all of the colors. And then sometimes I'm in the mood for like very minimalistic. I want to go monochrome or, just use black and white. And I've swung back around to the black and white. So my inspiration for today's piece came from Lisa Marvin Art. She posted a picture like this week, last week, somewhere in there, with a swipe that was a black background, and it was using just interference colors on the black background. And it was like a whole rainbow of interference colors. If you don't know what interference colors are, they are the colors that appear white when you mix them up, but they have this iridescent shimmer to it. And like essentially they're called interference colors because the pigments and the little particles interfere with the light and cause color shifts. So anyway, she did a whole rainbow of interference colors and it was absolutely beautiful. And I thought, you know what? I would really like to do kind of a minimalistic cloud pour with just black and white and an interference color. I was going to do like a rainbow of interference colors, and then I decided that was probably too much and I'll just keep it simple and see if we can just use one and see how it looks. So this is my test piece for that. If it works, I'll go bigger. So I only have three colors. Well, I only have two. Technically, I have like one color, but very minimalistic. So the first one that I'm going to be using is this little piggy Twinkle. I've used it before in my videos. It is a interference color that shifts from blue to purple to sometimes a little bit of magenta. So it's got a really kind of wide range. And I have black. Now let's discuss black for a minute. So this is my black that I've got ready to go. Not all blacks are created equal, and not all blacks have the same color value. So I have two different blacks here, and I'm not really sure which one to go with. So I've got Amsterdam Oxide Black that I use for a cell activator, and Amsterdam Lamp Black I also use for a cell activator when I'm doing blooms and that style of painting. So I have these two, and they're different values. Typically, the oxide blacks have a warm tint, and the lamp blacks have a slightly cool tint. If you want to know the tint of or the value of your paint, you can always mix it with some tinting white, some transparent white, and see what color gray you get. If it's a blue gray, you've got a cool black. If it's a brown gray, you've got a warm black. And I'm not sure which black I want for this painting. But anyway, that's what I was thinking about. And so I also have Artist Loft Flow Acrylic in black. This bottle I've been using forever. And I honestly don't know if that's a warm or a cool black, and I did not mix it up with white to figure it out. So that's kind of a wild card. Anyway, the one that I have mixed up here is one that I mixed up for a previous painting. So this is just like leftover black that I didn't use. Most of it was the Artist Loft Flow Acrylic black, and I mixed in some oxide black, some Amsterdam oxide black to thicken it up a little bit because the Flow Acrylics is really thin. So that's what this one is, and I put quite a bit of the oxide black in there, so it's probably going to have a slightly warm tone, which I'm not sure is what I'm looking for. So we'll see if this is the black for me when we get through this painting. If I like it, then maybe it's the right choice. All right, then we have the Vallejo Pearl Medium Cloud Mix. It's 1 part Vallejo Pearl Medium, 1 part Artist Loft Soft Body Acrylics in white, and 2 parts of US Floetrol. And if you need any of my, paint names or recipes, they're all listed in the video description. And then finally, I just have another cup of black, but this is just the Flow Acrylics in black, Artist Loft. And I'm going to use that for going around the edge. Now, I have an 8x8, and usually I would do about 3 ounces. So I'm using the same cup I've been using because this is just, I clean them out and use them over again so we're not wasting anything. I think I'm going to go less than 3 ounces. So we're going to go probably to about there, 2.5 ounces. I just want to do a little test to see if this is going to work and if my idea is a good one, or maybe it's a terrible idea. I have no idea. We're going to find out together. So let me get some of this stuff out of the way and I will fill my cup and then we'll pour this painting out. Okay, we are ready to add our paints. I apologize if you can hear the TV in the background. It's the first day off on summer break for my daughter, and the poor thing is sick today and has a fever, so she's stuck on the couch watching TV. Anyway, so I apologize if you can hear the kid shows in the background, but that's life. Okay, so first we're going to add in our Twinkle. Okay, Twinkle. Then we're going to do black. And this one is the black, the Oxide black from Amsterdam. And some of that Soft by Acrylics. Okay. Try to see where we're at. Next up is the cloud mix. And I don't know if you... Well, actually, I don't know what order I'm going to post these videos in, but I noticed there were a lot of chunks coming out in my paints when I was rewatching my videos. So I had to run my Vallejo cloud mix through a strainer, so that stopped happening. All right, so let's do cloud mix. Hopefully it's a bit smoother this time. And then I think we're going to go back with Twinkle. And this one, I'm not sure if this is the right decision or the wrong decision, so I guess we are going to find out, but I will put the rest of this Twinkle in and then we'll go back to black for the rest. Like I said, I just want to do a really simple little test piece. I just want to know if my idea is going to come out anything like it is in my head, or if it's just going to be a giant mess that's like a gray slop bucket. If it is, you probably will never see this video, and that will be fine. But, you know, you got to test things out to see. Okay, so that is the last of that. And then we will go back in with a little bit more black, and then that's it. And that's all I want in my cup, so there we go. So I am going to get you at a better angle, maybe move some of my stuff around, and I'll flood the canvas with a bit of the Artist Loft Flow Acrylic Black. I'll be right back. I think we're just going to add a small puddle of black right in the center to help it flow out a little bit. And then we'll probably add some around the edges before we tilt it. Okay, that is enough of that. We are ready to go. So we're bringing it out the way it came in, straight down that line. Here we go. And as usual, mess up the dismount, which is fine. Wow, that Twinkle, at least on the bottom side, is looking amazing, and it's got a really nice halo around it. Oh, I was gonna fix my center a little bit. Okay, let's torch this. going to turn it around because it seems like my spinner is a little unlevel. Oh, I'll tilt it so you can see it, I guess. We're just gonna move this down a little bit and then turn it the opposite way, this way. So if it flows, it'll flow off the back. You probably can't see the twinkle from your angle, but I promise you it's amazing. All right, so I'm going to do some cleanup while we wait, and I will fast forward this. Okay, we are ready to go. All right, that's it. I really like it. I really like all of the fun little bubbles that popped up. I like the different shades of gray in them, which I wasn't sure if I would like. I love the interference. The twinkle is going to be so spectacular in this piece when it is dry. Let me take you in for a close-up so I can get you to see that beautiful twinkle, because I doubt you can see anything from your angle. All right, we'll come in for a close-up. Thanks for sticking around.